It is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle, and we just heard it, and that means it's time for football at Lumen Field. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the Seattle Seahawks. The kicker, Brandon Aubrey, is out to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Darnold looking to start with a pass. Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's got some space here. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
49-yard line.
First carry here for Kenneth Walker III. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
To throw is Darnold. Smith and Jim. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
Looking for James Cook out of the backfield that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Allen to throw it. Got an open man here. It's K.J. Hamler. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. That one a first down pickup of 8.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now a give running right, it's Cook. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They run again on 1st down. Cook. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. James Cook, a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Bills have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Aubrey good with a PAT. And it's now 14-0.
14. Seahawks, nothing.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
Exactly right, Doctor. Hit the call go. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
2nd and 9.
Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27. Here's Darnold. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. Now Allen. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
A gain of
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
56.
On play action, Allen. He's got the connection downfield to Hamlin. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
That's another Bills first down. First and goal, Buffalo.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2. As they go to work on a first and goal. Touchdown, Bills! A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And that makes the score 21-0. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Darnold. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
And he's able to get it all the way down to the 20. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Here we go, set. Set.
To the air again, Darnold. He finds Smith and Jigba. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
On 3rd down, it's Harrington. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. That one goes for 8 yards. Okay, CD, second quarter, look at their deficit and where they're at on the field. They're going for this, right?
I think that they are, because down at this point, they've just made that big move. Ride the momentum wave while you can. I know people think, hey, you've got to get some points here. Hey, you're riding it big time. Go get it done.
Now it's Darnold. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Landon Jackson able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further. The shotgun snap for Darnold. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other, because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Third and goal, and still a long way from the end zone. Darnold from the gun. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Torrey Horton, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks get a bit closer. That seemed like a much-needed touchdown after 21 unanswered points to start the game.
It's not often that you equate a football game to a golf tournament, but it's like you don't want to shoot yourself out of the tournament too early. So they needed that touchdown to make sure that they got an opportunity to not just get back into this game, but a chance to win it later if they continue to play well.
Seahawks 7. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that third consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Here's Allen. Going up top. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Allen. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
On play action, Allen. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Now as he throws there, incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Allen now looks to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 39. The Bills passing game, getting them down the field. They've got another first down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Got it complete to Khalil Shakir.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Now Allen. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 52 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. Now this offense in mid-season form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Allen. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Second and 10. Allen going to throw. Quick slant to Shakir. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Here's 3rd and 3. Allen. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And just not enough on the throw there, down around his feet and incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And not much happening there as he'll get it back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. To the air, Allen. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Throwing now is Allen. This is Hamler on the receiving end. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
Now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Here's Allen to throw it. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Allen. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Anthony Gould, 42 yards. And the Bills have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Aubrey good with a PAT. And the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Now a handoff up the middle. Harrington. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there. 4 yards the pickup. First down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Now Darnold. Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
13 yards on the play. That's another Seahawks first down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
To throw is Darnold. Open man, he's got his tight end, Elijah Arroyo. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards, the final tally.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So first and 10 now in Buffalo territory. Down at the 33.
Still waiting. Face up.
Darnold now to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Harrington. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Set. Set.
Throwing again is Darnold. Now he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Hey, lady. Face up.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. That's to his running back, complete. He's converged on quickly, and I don't think he got the first down. He did not. The Seahawks go for it, but can't convert. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. They'll try the middle with Cook. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 68 yards rushing for him now. He's carried the ball just 5 times. The interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
And slow going there as they only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners, keep moving it, keep grinding the clock.
And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bills on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now Allen. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And unable to connect, incomplete. And give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Bills send the punter out. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Now, loose football. The ball comes out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team.
Oh, he fakes the spike. Darnold, he lost the football. But I believe a Seahawk was able to get a handle on this, so this will remain Seattle ball. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. That is caught. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. 23 yards on the play.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
This one is stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 43-yard line.
Here's Darnold. Complete to Shaheed. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 36. A good pickup there, a 22.
Good for a Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 36.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 36. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Here's Darnold. This is caught. Touchdown. A great play there. 27 yards. And the Seahawks have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Oh, a heck of a move. And he's going to take this all the way down inside the 40.
But when the highlight is shown of this play, all attention is going to be on the person running with the football. But how about the group as a whole, setting up that big-time return, yardage that we won't even account for in the box score, may help them win the game.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Cook up the gut. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 89 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they turn to. And
intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Nicky Manwari. And the Seahawks are right back in this football game. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And a quick throw here that's complete. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. He finds his man complete. It's Harrington. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. First down Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. Yeah, Darnold's going to change the play. Back to throw now on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 32-yard line.
Red 80. No 80. Red 80.
Now it's Darnold. And he'll throw this one away. But I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
Back to throw, Darnold. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Well, this one's had a season's worth of thrills already, and it's still week 1. Here's 3rd down now. Darnold. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Gotta avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long. Fourth down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Here we go. This is 4th down.
You're outside.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bills are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Aubrey now for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Seahawks 14.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 21.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week one because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. That's to the sideline and incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Panther 60, Panther 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
19 Tiger, 19
First and 10
Tiger.
at the 46-yard
18
line.
Rattler.
Back to throw again. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Go. Trap 60, trap 60. Lightning 18.
They'll look to throw again. That's over the middle, taken in by Horton. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 41-yard line. Now they'll change things around before the snap.
60
First and
Maverick,
10
60
at the
Maverick.
41-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Throw left side complete. That's Harrington. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 17-yard line.
Hustle, hustle.
First and 10 at the 17-yard
Panther
line.
60, Panther 60.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. A quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
19 Lions. Ready?
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. From 17 yards out. And the Seahawks are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
I think the Seahawks got it. They did. It's Seattle football. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They're in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now.
Warriors 70.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments, and anytime you get a chance to tackle someone in bounds, get them on the ground.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now.
6, let's go. 18, come. Ready.
They'll set up to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Harrington. Well, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is 3rd down now.
3rd and 6.
Looking to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
7 Pirates. Ready. Viking 18. Mustang 19.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
You get into these 2-minute drill situations, and you often got tired legs on the offensive line. But these defenders, they've been rotating in and out, and they're a little bit fresher and quicker. And the pressure there forced the incompletion.
Cade York on now for the field goal. Going to be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And the kick here is good. So add 3 to the total, but they're still